Hi everyone, it's Cindy. Welcome back to Studioloo. So I'm on day number 9 of Junk Journal July today, and our prompt is scraps. So I have picked out some interesting things today. So for the scraps part of this, I'm going to use these. These are Crayola crayon wrappers that are the scrap from, I recently just purchased like a whole pack of all black crayons because I'm doing gravestone rubbings at the graveyard with my kids. They make wonderful, journal stuff, obviously, but it's also a fun way to teach kids about how to do sort of, printing, imaging outside, that kind of thing. So that being said, we'll set all those aside, and staying aligned with my project to kind of use a base substrate thing that I have that's in my studio. It's ready to go in terms of being a thing for a journal, but it's not done. I'm going to go with this tag. These are like Amazon large luggage tags. I have a few of them left from a purchase I made eons ago. And then this is a page from my Journal Together kit for this past month, this current month, and it's all of these little swatches in all different rainbowy colors. So I've also got a Cutout and Collage book here that I have my ruler in because I think I know what I want to use. We'll get to that in a little bit. I haven't used this book yet. I've had this. I got, I think, like 2 or 3 of them. Probably last year, and they've just been sitting on my shelf of like projects to get to. So I want to actually take something out of it today. These are great for doing surreal collage work because they have a lot of different topics inside them, and it's a good book, and it's also not crammed with AI. So that's another reason that I like it. So I think what I'll start with first is some kind of a background that I'm actually going to make from other scraps to just give this a little interest. So grab my glue book and let me just grab some scraps. I have a little series on Patreon that I do called Handful of Scraps, and this kind of reminds me of that because I'm just taking a handful from my scrap bin and using it to just create a bit of interest. So I'm going to maybe just cover a bit of this. And actually, you know what? No, I'll glue the actual paper because I don't know if I want to cover this entire surface or if I just want to kind of add a little interest as I go. Yeah, that's a little more flexible of a way to do this. So I'll just set this aside over here. Make sure everybody's in frame. We're all in frame. Okay. And this one, the brighter side here. Okay, not that one, maybe this one. Actually, it's a little thick. I don't want scrapbook paper. I just want thinner kind of paper for this. These are just little strips of my hand-dyed paper that are cut-offs from a journal project that I made. And I think I'll use this one. Yeah. Which side? This side. This can be pretty random because it's like essentially background. We're going to be covering it with the next layer. It's the very, very background. So don't invest too much in what you do and where you put things because you may end up just losing them entirely in a project like this. Go with one more bit of red. There we go. Let's get rid of this sticky paper, and then I'm going to get rid of all the scraps that I have here. I don't need any more. I think I'm good with that. Pick this up and just we'll trim the excess paper off the back. I had a really nice morning today. I spent it processing all of my garden raspberries and mulberries as well as our foraged mulberries into 12 jars plus one big jar of jam, so it's really about, I'd say 14 jars worth, but I have one big jar for the fridge that we'll use now, and the rest I have just finished the canning process, and so they're just cooling, and then I get to label them, and it'll be a very nice mulberry raspberry jam. I deliver some to some of the neighbors, and that would be good. Okay, so now we can come in with the crayon backings. These are so fun. And I'll see if, will glue stick be enough for this also? They seem to have layers. There we go. Let me see if glue stick will be enough to hold that down. I think it should be. I'm only a little concerned because they kind of curl up and I don't want them to kind of be all curled up, but I know, I think it's fine. The paper's thin enough that it's not a problem. So I'm just going to come in with these, I think mostly all in the same direction. And I want to cover mostly, if not completely, all of that tag background with this. And then not necessarily cover the colorful stuff that I put down. And actually, I think I might go in a few different directions with these. It's kind of fun. My mind is ever a-changing. Oopsie. There we go. And today I'm also deciding what I want to get started on as my next journal. I have a couple ideas. Went through all of my project baskets last night that I've had sort of sitting and waiting for my attention, and I actually did a ton of cleaning in the studio yesterday. It was good last night when I got home. Okay. Not sure how I want to handle that circle there. I'm wondering if it might be good to do this. Just to make it blend in, we'll take one of the Crayola things here and see. There we go. And what I'll do is just glue that on. In a circle like that. And then we'll take the end of a paintbrush to reinforce that hole that we had. There we go. And that covers that up. These would be a lot of fun to use if you had like a whole rainbow of them, but I'm just using the scraps of the black ones because that's the scraps for today. And if you've never tried graveyard rubbing with crayons, I also recommend that. It's lots of fun. I should take some footage of that to show you. Filming outside for me sometimes is a bit of a calamity because I've usually got little people with me, but I got to do lots of it when I was doing this series on Beatrix Potter because that was sort of the focus of like what I wanted to accomplish with that series. And I do like putting that kind of B-roll in videos. I might try to do that a little more often if I can. So I'm going to just kind of go on an angle right like that there to cover up the rest of that. So now it looks like we have most of that covered. I got maybe one more little spot I could stand to add just on the one edge, this little piece. Right like that. Okay. So then again, come to the back and we'll trim off all this excess. There we go. All right, get rid of our glue page. Gonna give that some smoothing over. Then I have these little bits that I'm going to use in some collage too, because this is kind of like a, you know, an artsy feeling thing because of the Crayola and all of that. And I was thinking it would be fun to put him on there. I think with his top hat, he looks like a lovely kind of, maybe a patron of the arts or something. So we'll get him out of the book. I don't know if they have anything that's like art related in this book. Animals, plants and mushrooms and fish. Houses and chairs and frames. Frame, I think it's too busy for a frame. Those air balloons that are all rainbows. I don't know. Cakes, shoes, locks. Okay, no. That's okay. So, that's okay. We will go in with this. I'm going to cut him out real quick here. Saw our little bunny friend this morning. My dog was going bananas at the door. We've had so many mourning doves in our backyard, and we have a whole bunch of like little baby sparrows and finches at our bird feeder. Sorry, I had to take a tiny little lunch break because my son was calling me. Okay, so let's get him all cut out. Where is my tag? Here it is. Okay, so I think I want to have him sort of coming up here, and then I want to use this in the background in a couple different ways. So first I'm just going to cut out the edge, and I want to cut like sorry if I'm off camera while I cut this. I'm just going to cut a little bit here. So I want to kind of come in a bit there. I don't want to cover all of the Crayola packets though. Frame that like that. And then in the same sort of color way, I'm going to cut just like a diagonal of colors this way and up and over. I just want to create sort of like a unique shape or two. Oops, there we go. I could put here maybe like that. And I'm wondering, maybe I take that out. Hold on. And we only use these unique shapes. Just like that. And then I'll put him a little higher. I'll put him on top of like the bottom bit of that Crayola there, so we don't lose. think, yeah, I think I kind of like that better. Yep. Then I think I have a couple more little bits cut out already right there. And I would just put that down here to cover this little edge. Yeah, that's fun. He's the Crayola man. So let's do that step, and then I might have another idea. Let's glue this one down first. But as I was saying, yeah, we have lots of little baby birds in our backyard, and I'm really feeling for the parents because they're so overwhelming. Holy moly. The little sparrows and finches, they like give no poops about what they do. They go into the feeder and they'll just like cram a grackle even, or a starling, or a European sparrow, the more aggressive of the birds. The baby finches have no concept of who they tangle with, but I think like they honestly overwhelm those birds, you know, completely, because I don't think those birds quite expect to be like screamed at so loudly, and yeah, they just kind of get out of the way, which is probably a good idea. Unless you want to have your ears blown out by a baby bird screaming at them. All right, so all those bits are down. Now let's glue him down. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Because we get like these nice, you know, signature Crayola kind of markings sort of right by his face, so it draws attention. But then all the colors from the digital are great too. And I think what I might do, do I want to use this one? I think so, yeah. Let's cut this bottom bit here. Want to experiment with something. Oops. I think I just want to cut these right out into their little shape. I'm thinking of doing like a little marquee style decoration on his hat. And then like one of those little pocket things. And I think I need one more color that's a little different, but has some nice watercolory markings. There we go. Yep, I think I like that. Okay. So I'll glue this one first. That one in the center. Okay. Oops. Let's just give everything a press here. Nothing to trim off the sides, all good. So I think I'll do a nice like dark inking with this oxide around. And then I'm also going to do some stitching, I think, around the edge, because I think that will make it feel a little more finished. Even though I think the inking really does that, you don't necessarily have to stitch that, but I am a stitch person. I just like stitching. So I'm going to go and stitch this, and I'll come right back and show you the finished piece. All right, so it's all been stitched around, and then I think I just want to add a couple more little details. So I've got this book from an art exploration book from Carrie Smith, and I've just been kind of cutting this one up. And I want to use this Uncover a Mystery bit of writing. Then I think I'll just ink around the edge of it. Where's my inker? Oh, here it is, right in front of my eyes. Just to give it a little border. There we go. Go put that right there. Then I need a little something to put through the top of this, and I've got in arm's reach here this little bit of rugged kind of cloth. I don't know if that would be too thick. It might be. I think what I'll do, I don't know if I can tear it. It's a little thin. Yeah, I'm not going to try. See if I can cut it with these scissors though, because they don't handle fabric that well, so it will help with the natural fray. Just to get that in half so it's a little bit thinner. There we go. Put that piece away, and we'll use this one and put it through here, loop up and through the loop. There we go. And then I'll just tie it one more time. Okay, so this is our piece for today, and that is lots of scraps of different things, and I'm happy to use those little Crayola crayon bits, and I think like they have, you know, a subtlety to them that just kind of catches you now and again, and I think that's cute. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I will see you again tomorrow for more Junk Journal July, and bye for now.